Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P. Well, I just wanted to address this response. This response came to one of my videos. This obviously is one of our brothers from the other side. He says it's South Africa that needs help. We need to see how we can assist you people there. See who is talking. Nigeria needs help. We are the only country that helps other countries. Now you see, I could start talking shit right now. I could just start rambling, blah, 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 blah. I can even send him to my old videos just to show him all the receipts that I have. But you know what? It's always nice to bring new receipts, especially when the receipts are like this. So you guys help everybody, right? So your guys don't need nobody's help, right? So what is this then?
Nigeria has taken another IMF loan, this time for $2.5 billion, bringing Nigeria's total debt obligations to over $110 billion. I don't like this deal at all for Nigeria, and I don't think it's an exaggeration to say this is more of an economic hitman type move, and I'm going to explain why. The terms of this IMF loan may seem fair at first glance. It's a $2.5 billion loan at 1% interest rate that will be paid off over 40 years, with no payment due for over 10 years. But here's the problem. The loan needs to be paid back in Western currencies, and the Naira is losing significant value every year, meaning this loan is going to end up costing tens of billions of dollars to Nigeria within a decade. From an economic sense, the effective interest rate would be 1% plus the depreciation of the Naira relative to the US dollar. In the past year, the Naira depreciated 50%, meaning the interest rate would be 51% if the Naira depreciation continues. This is an economy-destroying debt obligation, of course because payments don't start until 2034, when all the current politicians will be long gone when the loan starts to come due. I can understand why this was a tempting loan to take. But let's say the Naira depreciation is only 10% per year, which is very generous. Even in this best-case scenario, that means by 2034, the principal in this loan will effectively grow from $2.5 billion to $7 billion. The payments will then be the equivalent of $1 billion a year and continue for 30 years. So for $2.5 billion today, Nigeria is agreeing to pay the Western banks $30 billion under a 10% inflation rate. But even the loan itself comes with other concessions that should worry Nigerians. Nigeria will have to keep a large portion of this money as foreign reserves, so they can't even spend much of it. They also need to end subsidies on oil, which will hurt their economy, and they will need to enact reforms which will make it easier for Western banks to compete with the domestic Nigerian banks.
So who really needs the help? Who really needs the help? Because that money, that loan your guys are taking ain't fixing your country. So who really needs the help? Like it says, by the time that loan needs to be getting repaid, the current politicians will no longer be in power. That's their retirement money. Your guys have the audacity to insult South Africa and all the other African countries when your country is literally falling apart. This is what you guys are. You know what? I was done with this whole Nigeria topic, but clearly you guys don't want to listen. You guys want me to keep cooking. Well, let's cook.
Hey bro, I don't know man. I think Nigeria kind of has like a long way to go. Like the easiest things do not work. It's just more like nothing fucking works in Nigeria, bro. International payments are a nightmare, meaning they don't have Visa and MasterCard. You have to go get Nairas for you to buy. You can't buy with your Visa or your MasterCard. So I'll show you how much I've spent on my stay at Lagos. I haven't spent any money. It's hard to get food because you don't have the Nairas and you can't use your Visa or your MasterCard. But also here, another thing is they don't have Wi-Fi at the airport, bro. At an international airport, there's no Wi-Fi. Come on, Niger.
Imagine the audacity, guys. The audacity of these guys to claim that they go out, they help people or they help South Africa when they don't even have ATMs in their country. ATMs. Guys, you can come to South Africa from any country in the world and swipe. Any country, walk into any bank, any mall, any province, and you have the audacity to say, yo, help Africa with what? You don't even have ATMs. And worst of all, how did you manage to write this comment? Because clearly, you all don't even have Wi-Fi. Your international airport doesn't have Wi-Fi. I can go to Ortambo right now, my phone is going to connect because I travel a lot. Immediately connects. Free Wi-Fi. You have those guys, come on. Is this even a fair fight? Is this even a fair fight? You know what? Let's cook.
If you are given 10 million naira to stay in Nigeria or a visa to South Africa, which one will you choose?
Now, the video you just watched is actually the real thing. The video we just watched right now is actually the real thing about Nigeria. This is to tell you that Nigeria has failed. Nobody want to stay in Nigeria anymore. Everybody want to travel. Everybody want to japa. And guess what? South Africa is the main target. South Africa is the main target. In as much as so many of us are on the internet today, making noise, blabbing, saying a lot of rubbish about South Africa. But trust me, 70% of Nigerians want to travel to South Africa because South Africa is the nearer better country to travel to. Is the nearer cheaper country to travel to. You understand? But come to think of it, if everybody leave Nigeria, who will fix Nigeria? If everybody run away, who are we expecting to fight for us? Who are we expecting to campaign against the bad governance? This is a question that I've actually been asking myself. Well, it is quite understandable for those of us who have actually traveled before the Tinubu's regime, because most of us, including myself, have traveled before Tinubu resumed as the Nigerian president. But trust me, 70%, out of 100%, 70% of Nigerians who have traveled outside Nigeria are those people who traveled when Tinubu resumed office. Now, why did they travel? They traveled because of the hardship that Nigeria has faced so far.
Guys, 70%. 70%. Did you hear? Because if I say that, you guys are going to say that, nah, he talks too much. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? I'm cooking. Where am I eating? Am I done cooking? Should I keep going? Don't annoy me. There is more evidence of how shitty your nation is than how great it is. The giants of Africa, running away from their own damn country. 70% of you wants to leave your country. All of you are in SA. And you have the audacity to disrespect the country that gives you the second chance. Instead of being law-abiding citizens, everywhere you go, you do nonsense. Nonsense everywhere you go. Try and deny this. Because I'm eating and I'm done cooking. Nonsense. Masiba.
Today is no ordinary day at the reporting centre. Immigration officers are plotting to arrest and deport a known sex offender. They watch him arrive on CCTV. His victim was a 12-year-old girl.